know we had to do this thing for sure. Yeah. Another MC joint.
Hi guys, my name is Tisha. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about supplies for homeschool or just returning back to school. If you don't know, I am a homeschool mom, and I realized the most questions that I got asked as a homeschool mom is, what did you buy for your house? And I realized then that I'm not an expert, but I learned by trial and error, and these are the things that worked for me, and I believe that they can work for your house. So let's get started. I don't want a long drawn out video. Let's hurry up and get started, and we're gonna go down the list. Here is my list. It is in pink. It is very small. Here's my list. I should go over this list too, but here is the list of things that I'm gonna purchase this year for my homeschool classroom. If you don't know, my children attend a co-op, so I'm purchasing for home and I'm purchasing for the co-op as well. So back to school includes purchasing books. So I have a comprehensive list of books that I need to purchase for school. A lot of the books we're going to reuse because my children are stair steppers. So we're going from 6th, 5th, and 4th to 5th, 6th, and 7th. So 2 of them are getting ready to use big sisters books, so I don't have to buy those books. So my price of supplies have gone down. So the amount of books that I'm going to spend this year is going to be about $250 only on books. They're going to need shoes, tennis shoes for school. I like to send them to school in sneakers because they have PE some days, but they have recess every day. If you know anything about children, running in any shoes that are not athletic is not good. Actually, last year my middle daughter wore Crocs to school and she was running and tripped, knocked her tooth out. So we're definitely going to school in tennis shoes this year. Purchasing socks and underwear. I don't know why that's always on my list, and it's always on my list even before I think about clothes, because we probably have already purchased summer clothes. So they're going to wear those the first 3 months of school because it's hot here. But they're going to need socks and underwear, because I can guarantee you my children have not worn socks this entire summer. And the underwear could be sketchy because they're growing and it's children. All right. And I'm going to get them 2 pair of shorts each. And the reason why I'm purchasing 2 pair each, because they already have shorts. The girls do have a dress code, and I wanted to make sure that they're within code. And also, I don't really like my girls showing too much skin. Again, they're going to the 6th and the 7th grade, and that's when times change a little bit. So I want them to get an idea of covering themselves just a little bit more. And then about 5 shirts a piece for them. They did just get summer clothes, and again, they can wear those the first, I would say, 2 or 3-ish months, and we're going to start purchasing jackets and whatever by then. So about 5 shirts. So 2, and maybe, or 5 shirts a piece. One of them needs a new lunchbox. We have bento boxes. We probably would change those up also. They're getting older. They want to take things like salads and simple things like that to school. So we're going to change those up. And then one child needs a backpack. So that is that list right there. Simple things. And then here's the list for the house that all parents are going to need. Every one of them. So it's going to be a 6-pack of binders. They're 1/2-inch binders. I'm going to get 6 because I can send 3 to school and leave 3 at home. In these binders, we will have filler paper, dividers for each course. They take 3 classes, so math, ELA, and science. We can also put our pencil packs or pencil pouches in there. That is also on my list, is pencil pouches. I like the kinds that you can put 3 rings in there and you can put them inside of your binder. You can put your pencils in there and just go. The next thing is the number 2 pencils. I like to purchase them in bulk because you can get 150 of them and you can send 10 to school, so that's 30, and you can leave the remainder of them at home. We purchased this every year that we were homeschooling, and I promise you, well, not every year. We purchased this the first year. We were able to use them the second year, and then we still had pencils left over going into the third year. I like to get them pre-sharpened because the pencil sharpeners are kind of weak, and it just saves a lot of time for you to say, go get a pencil, and the pencil's already sharpened. Number 2 pencils are the best. I have a child that doesn't like to use lead pencils, so I do purchase the big mechanical pencils. All of this is going to be listed in the description below if you just need details or whatever. I like to do 80 pencils so that I'm able to send about 10 to school with her, and as she runs out, she can pick up 1 or 2 from home and take them to school. The next thing is filler paper. Remember those binders that I mentioned at the beginning? You can add about 50 to 100 sheets to the binders, and you can leave the rest of them at home. We did purchase 500 pages of filler paper the first year that I started homeschooling, and we used it all 3 years. I think we still have a little bit left right there. And the reason why we do is because a lot of times you use the paper from inside of the books that you're using, and a lot of times you don't need filler paper. You may use it for a practice spelling test. You may use it to write on for math problems or something like that. But the odds of really having to use it, besides using your worksheets, are, unless you want to save those worksheets and sell those books later on. I didn't choose to do that. I chose just to use the worksheets in the book and just tear them out. So we still have paper left over, but I'm buying a new pack this year because I have to send paper to school, and I'm going to need paper at home for projects or whatever. They're getting older, 6th and 7th grade. You never know what they may have to do on those pieces of paper. The next thing I'm going to order is 24 packs of plastic folders. If you know anything about schools, they always ask for 2 or 3, 4 or 5 different folders for the school year. I like to get 24 because during the school year, those folders may break. And I like to always have a replacement folder, and also like to use them in the house as well. We can keep old test papers that we can look over. We can also file field trips or any other information that we need from school that we need to keep up with, announcements, things in the future, things like that that you need to keep. So I like to keep 24 on hand so that I'm able to keep them at home, and whenever they say, oh, my folder broke, I don't have to go back and reorder or go to the store and purchase again. We already have it in the house. The next thing I like to get is Elmer's glue sticks, and the reason why I like to buy 30 is because I learned a lesson. There is always a project due at the last minute. It's always a child that is going to forget about that project that needs to be due. They're always going to have to cut and paste something onto a piece of paper. And if you're not prepared for that, and if they left the top off that glue stick and it is 10:30 at night and Walmart closes at 11, the odds of you, 11:30, the odds of you wanting to run to Walmart is really exceptional at 10:30 at night. But kids tend to always forget things at the last minute. So I like to have them on hand just in case. Something like this always happens. It never fails. So I do like to keep the glue sticks on hand. I also like to purchase the hot glue sticks as well, because you know you cannot tack a picture to a poster with a glue stick. You need hot glue for that. The next thing is construction paper. You always need construction paper. I don't even know why you always need construction paper, but you always need construction paper. So I do purchase just a regular pack of construction paper because the odds of you using the entire pack of construction paper during the school year is like really, really odd unless your child is really, really creative. You're only going to need one pack of construction paper. Dry erase markers. Now let's talk about dry erase markers. We use it for our board right here. We also use it for our board in the kitchen. The children 99% of the time will leave the tops off of that marker, and they're always going to need that marker because they're going to need it to do a math problem. They're going to always need it to do the calendar. They're going to always need a dry erase marker, and they're always going to leave the top off of them. But right now, while Amazon has its deals on back to school, I like to get that 14 pack of dry erase markers in the assortment of colors because I do like to use different colors at different times of the year, like red around Christmas and orange around Halloween, and then of course green around March. You just try to mix it up. The next thing I'm going to do is purchase crayons. Now I do go to the store for this. If you are a parent and you're trying to purchase things from the store for your children for back to school and you happen to have your children with you, keep this video in mind and don't do that to yourself. Kids like to pull and pull and pull, and you know exactly what you need and you tend to overbuy. But this is the one item that I will hurry up and go to Walmart and purchase is the crayons, because you usually can get them for 25 or 15 cents depending on the deal. It may be 30 cents now due to the inflation. I don't know. But there is a pack that Amazon offers that has everything that you need, and that's the personal pack that I like to keep at home. And I do like to have fresh crayons and markers every year for the children and fresh color pencils. In this Crayola pack, you can get 24 count of crayons, a 12 count of colored pencils. You know you're going to need color pencils, 10 chunky markers, and the 10 slim markers. Keep those at home. The last thing that I do purchase for my house are pencil packs, and I think I mentioned that with the binders, but a regular pencil, not the big bulky pencil boxes. We did try those. They fell a couple of times and they broke. They were not for me. So I like the ones they're old school, the kind that we had when we were in school, where they had the 3 rings in there and you can zip it and unzip it. They can fit flat if you don't put crayons and stuff in there. Of course, you just put pencils in there, and they work perfect. The last thing on my list, did I say that was the last thing? But the absolute last thing on my list to purchase is the packs of erasers, the pink erasers. I absolutely hate the way they feel on my hands, but for some reason kids like to erase, and typically the erasers on those pencils always either fall off or they go down in a matter of a day. I try to teach my children to write and keep the eraser next to them so they can use that eraser to erase their schoolwork. I hope that this really helped you out on what to purchase for your home for back to school. I look forward to all of the comments. If you have not already subscribed, do all of that. Subscribe, hit that bell so that you can know any of the upcoming videos that are happening right here on my page. Remember, all of this is in the description, and I'll see you guys the next time.